I got a little bit of Naples yellow there, and we're ready to go. Hi, Bill St. George. Welcome to another impression show here at the corner of Boylston and Arlington Street. This is where the elite meet. Great spot. Really nice. Beautiful day. Going to be in the 80s today. And spring has definitely sprung, kids. I'm sure you're anxious to hear all my folderol about the springtime and all that stuff. Oh, we'll just kind of take in some of the scenes. Let's see. Well, you're familiar with this area anyway, right? I mean, we've done it a million times. The Taj Hotel down there, used formerly the Ritz-Carlton. And really nice place. At a wedding we attended there last summer, and they had the party up on the upper decks, up on the penthouse. And this building over here is a former Shreve Crump and Low, which they want to tear down, but it's such a beautiful building. I mean, with all that detail and everything, it's pretty iconic. It's been there for a ton of years. But anyway, I'm going to get back to this painting and forget about the history lesson for now. And we'll just keep blocking this thing in. Again, general to specific. This will be kind of fun because all the shadow area, I'm going to put people and cars in. I'm not going to do all that stuff now. I think I just want to make sure everything's kind of sighted about right, and I think it is. So let's keep going. Pull out some detail now, but not much. Just let's see. Get some of these things in, just to get some. These serve as landmarks from one area to another, just to make sure I'm going on the right path here. Now there's top here. That's enough. Okay. Get back to this big brush. Now this little black box here is the T station. That's my landmark here. And the lawn is there, and this is just right now a shadow. It's a little too heavy, but excuse me, it'll serve a purpose later on. Okay, I gotta stick with this now. Get a little more yellow in there. Push the colors. Unfortunately, we lost a real good artist, and she was a friend of mine. We painted a lot like this. Maybe I'm kind of thinking about her, but her name was Roz Farbush. She's from down on the South Shore. She and I showed together at the same gallery on Newbury Street at Rotenberg's. Bob remembers Rotenberg, right? Remember that? Oh boy, that goes back a few years. Okay, I'm gonna again get the shape of the building and the little thing around. So it's painting inside out, you know what I'm saying? Rather than relying on everything being from the outside. Go from the inside, paint. I don't know if that makes any sense. I think it does. Create the shape by painting both ways. I think that's where a lot of people get hung up. Okay, now that's there. I think this is going to have to come back a little bit. So I'm going to draw that. What? What's he want? Day today. Wow. I don't know. The date. I'm reading an interesting book. I don't know if you've heard about it, but one of Stephen King's books. It's called, what was it? It's the date of the assassination of Kennedy. This guy has a way of traveling back in time to change the situation. It's pretty interesting concept. It was on the New York Times bestseller list for the longest time. And some author who uses two initials, you probably know him, Bob. He's something CC. He did that Game of Thrones, I think that's TV series. I think that's his series of books. Yeah, CC used his middle name plus his confirmation name to get the two C's. It's kind of set him apart. But he was talking about it, he was reading it, and he said it was a great book. So I said, cool, I'll give it a shot. And he was right. So if you get a chance, check it out. All right, I got to get this thing straightened out here. We'll get this going and we'll be all set. There's actually this part here which breaks off into another color, and it's more of a blue and not a red, but it's okay. Nope, I missed that one. That goes here. And then this, yeah, that's there. Oh boy, I think I'm losing it. Ah, here it is. It's here, 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 and that yellow is there. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. All correctable. Let me get a gray in here. Okay. This is this building behind here. Right, and it goes behind this building. So this one has to drop down just a little bit. This one goes here, here, there. Okay. I think I got enough of that going. I'm going to blast in a big yellow area. Yellow and white. Another good book is one that was written by David McCulloch, and he's now a Boston resident. He's the one that does all those specials. He has done them for, he's in the voice for, what's that guy from Walpole, New Hampshire? Ken Burns. Did all the narrations for those. Anyway. Oh, the book. No, it's not from the bookshelf, but
saying this show.
All right. I get it. Sorry, Mike. I didn't mean to steal your thunder. You're too much. So anyway, this other book I'm talking about, and it's related in a way. It's all about expatriates, that went to, rather than stick around this country, they went to France. They met up with, people at the time that went over there. Instead of going west, they went to Europe, and there was a whole gang of them. One of them was Samuel Morse. Now, he's the guy that people know he invented Morse code, but he was also, which I didn't know until I read the book, he was a painter, a portrait painter, and a very renowned one too. Just happened to stumble on this, there we go, this whole thing about Morse code. I got a nice, kind of try to keep the feeling of this painting going, I feel good. See. Yeah, I'll bring that up here. There we go. Okay. Enough. Now I want to get some landmarks going for this area in here. So I'm going to Hold on to your seats. Get some of that stuff in there. Throw some windows in. And get the rest of this in here. This goes into this building. This goes... Okay. There we go. And then this has got to go a little darker. What's happening too is we've been here a while, and this obviously the light changes. Hi there. Yes. Oil. What's that? What did he say?
Watercolor only, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, we've been thrown out of better places, and we're all set up to paint in front of Hermes there, and they kicked us out because they own the sidewalk up to the street. Private property. They do.
I know, but he's like...
Oh, I know. He's a nice guy. I see him over.
I thought he was serious.
Huh?
I thought he was serious for a minute ago.
Oh, but watercolor? Watercolor painting only? Oh, I don't know. Okay. I don't know. I think I'll leave that in light. This here. Maybe not. It's a little ridiculous looking, so get rid of it. What do you think? Get rid of it? Get rid of it? This one here. It actually isn't the second one, but it was in light. And it was in light as much as this one, but it's shifting now, so yeah, I don't know. A little more interesting this way, but you know, that as the painting progresses, that whole thing might change, you know. Somebody might come along and yeah, exactly. Okay. So anyway, enough of that book stuff. All right. Green. Now, green is a cool color, right? But in certain situations, like there, it comes forward. So just because it's considered cool doesn't mean it's going to push back. Sometimes it does just the opposite. I don't know, Bob. I think I'm gonna go after that thing. It's driving me cuckoo. Just bring it down a little bit. Maybe have a little bit of the light showing right there. I'll mess with that later. Yeah, okay. Just as a reminder, and Bob had mentioned this, and it's a good one, as always, and that is, this is just a blocked-in painting. I've speeded it up for the show, and there's a lot more to go on it before it's finished. I'll come back to this site at least another 3 times, and then work on it in the studio. So. Or there's the other side of the coin too, is you can consider this finished, you know. But you know, it depends on what you want to do. But I think I'd rather come back and see. Now that's what you get from wet and wet. You get a nice fluid thing happening there where the underpainting is mixing with the paint that you're putting on there, and it's kind of blending without becoming too, you know, if I put these windows on to dry paint, you wouldn't get the same effect. Not really. So let's see, that's the archway there. Yeah, there's some nice windows. I'm gonna use a rose color maybe with a little bit of green. And see if that ends there. And these windows are a little higher and a little wider. Again, all flexible enough to change. This thing is a shape that's driving me bonkers because I just laid it in there really quick. But if I go in with some other colors, some halftone in with this, go right over the dark areas, you get something that's still in shadow, but again, it's not completely black or whatever you want to say. You know, it's not flat. It's got some oomph to it. All right, I'm gonna. Boy, a lot of people here today, huh? Woo. Newbury Street will be gangbusters tonight. I'm gonna do that. Nice brush stroke. Yeah. Now there's. I see what I got here. All right. Now I can start looking for certain things to make it a little more interesting. Again, you work like a son of a gun to get to this point, and then you can start fiddling around with it. But to just worry about whether it works, it doesn't work, at this point is kind of a waste of time. Yeah. It's all about color anyway. Gotta bring that in there. All right. There's a nice light that's I was at the club last night, I went swimming, and there was this guy talking to another guy. He said, "Hey, how you doing?" He's great. He says, "Boy, it was good to get out of my cubicle." I said, "You kidding me?" I said, "You work in a cubicle? That sounds like Dilbert, And he says, "Yeah, it's a lot like that." So, boy, being out in the open like this, being able to go on location, nice weather, versus sitting in a cubicle. Wow, well, what are you gonna do? Gotta make a buck. Now, what I've done here is, I don't know if I messed it up. If there's another little thing that comes out over here, I'm not even gonna bother. Because if I were to walk this way and shoot, and see if that's there, that would disappear. So I've done a little bit of showing more of this, which is more interesting than putting that extra thing on there, which I guess is one of the pillars on the side. So you make those choices sometimes. I usually make them because I screw up and gotta fake it, Wow. No people coming up to us like they usually do. They're scared. What? Hi. No. Unfortunately, there aren't. But if you go to the Taj, the hotel, just walk in there. You look like a tenant anyway. Just go in. There are bathrooms in there. Don't tell them I sent you. There aren't any in it. They're pretty good at the Taj. I mean, if you go in and ask them, well, they might not let you, especially if you're dressed like me. Then they. You did? You went in the Four Seasons? They're usually pretty good about it. Yeah, they make the mistake of you're a tenant or you're there. That's right. That's too much of a. Precisely. Oh, they're pretty good, huh? I tell you. Thank goodness for bushes. Oh boy. Sounds of the city. Okay. Goes all the way down there, and then there's this wall. The wall. The Great Wall. We'll put that in. That'd be a nice ploy against that. Yeah. Against the, hi there. Against the wall. Against the, what am I trying to say? This stuff, this grass stuff here. There we go. Now, it's going to be over. That's where the wall ends. Right? Right? No? Yeah, it doesn't go any further than this. So the grass starts right at this thing here. Forget it. Close enough. Not ready for the Louvre. Anyway, I started telling you about Roz Farbush, and she was a plein air painter. Did some nice loose stuff, you know, like this, and this would be, to her, it would be considered a finished painting. I think a lot of times people are looking for a certain amount of energy when they see a painting, you know, and they, hi there. Some kind of a level, visceral level or whatever they relate. Okay. And this is here. This will all help get the eye in. This way, this way. Wow, she's carrying that bulldog. All right. Okay, so the only thing in the light is this up here and one side of that sphere, whatever, this weather thing. I don't know if that still turns color or not. I don't think so. That's it. Oops. I heard the sound of one hand clapping. Must be time to quit. Come back here and buy it. That's it. We're down to the last few seconds. Hey, this was fun. We had a great time. I did anyway. Which goes to show that, I don't know what it goes to show, that under dire circumstances you can put something together and then go back and finish it up or come back later. Don't try to come in and finish the whole thing in one setting is what I'm trying to say. But in the meantime, it's Bill St. George and Robert, cameraman, wishing you all the best. Happy spring and keep painting.